the last time we treated differentiation. I want to look at integration. Integration is actually opposite of differentiation, and they're all very simple. Look at this jump question. The integral of 4x to the power minus 3 minus 3 to the power 2 plus 5x minus 6 change in s. So we're asked to find to integrate this. So now we have the formula for it. Integral s to the power n ds and s to the power n plus 1 over n plus 1 plus c. That's the formula for solving it. This is the simplest of them all. Now let's see how it goes. And we have the answer looking at. So what do we do here? Based on this formula, what we have here will become 4x to the power minus 3 plus 1 all over minus 3 plus 1 minus 7 to the power x 2 plus 1 all over 2 plus 1. You can see how simple it is. Plus 5x. This thing simply means 1 plus 1 all over 1 plus 1. Then anytime you have this another number here, it means that the integral is actually x. So this thing simply means 6x. Now, at this stage, we are almost through. It's so simple. So what we have next now will become 4x minus 3 plus 1 will definitely give us minus 2 all over. Minus 3 plus 1 will give us minus 2 minus 7x 2 plus 1 will give us 3 all over 3 plus 5x 1 plus 1 will give us 2 all over 2 minus 6x. Remember, in some cases in the answer you have plus c or plus k, as the case may be, depending on the options in your question, in the jump question. Now with this, we almost to say, how minus 2 here, 4 here, it can cancel. Okay, so we now have here minus 2 s to the power minus 2 minus. This cannot cancel, so leave it that way. 7s to the power 3 over 3 plus this cannot cancel, leave it that way. 5s to the power 2 plus 2 minus 6x. So that's the answer to that particular jump question on integration in the year 2020. Now let's see another jump question 2017 on integration. Okay, this one is similar to the first one we did, and I assure you it's using the same formula. You just smash it and get the answer. So what do? Just write 6x to the power 2 plus 1 all over 2 plus 1. Very interesting. 2x to the power. You don't have any power, so this means 1 plus 1 all over 1 plus 1. Then this one simply means x, because the integral of 1 is actually s. So you can't put the 1 here. So that is actually x. So you can put your c, that's the constant. So with this, our answer is already looking at top. That tells you how simple some jump questions could be. So this will give you 6x to the power 3 all over 3 minus 2x to the power 2 all over 2 plus x plus c. So what do we do here? Simple. 3 can divide. So that will give us 2x to the power 3 minus x to the power 2 plus x plus c. That is exactly the answer to that particular integration question in 2017. Another interesting jump question in integration. This one is a little bit, complex, but still simple. So let's do it. So what you just do is notice the number here 2 and minus 1. These are all values of x with respect to this equation. So I will take it gradually so I can catch it. Look at this. So I will take it one by one. There are many formulas for some, but the formula I will use for JAMB students so that they can be able to get the answer in a very short time. Now what do? I can just integrate that of, let me integrate 2x raised to the power 2 ds separately. Okay, definitely that will give me 2x raised to the power 2 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1, which automatically will give me 2x raised to the power 3 all over 3. Okay, then let me also integrate x separately. I believe that by now you must have gotten used to what is the integral of x. The integral of x is actually x raised to the power 1 plus 1 all over 1 plus 1, which is e raised to the power. So let's look at that. That will give us e raised to the power 2 all over 2. 1 plus 1 is 2. Now, I have a simple method of getting it so that you don't waste time in the exam hall. Just draw a simple table beside it, okay? Then let's see how it's going to work. No, you know that this is value of x, value of s. So you now write here when s is equal to 2, and here when s is equal to minus 1. So, and anything you get, you're going to add it up. So for this case now, when s is equal to 2, I'm going to have here 2 raised to the power 2 all raised to the power 3 all over 3. And that will give us 8. 8 times 2 is 16 raised to the power 3. So we keep it there. For this side, I'll simply raise, s is now 1, so I'll now rise when s is equal to minus 1. So here's going to be minus 1, everything raised to the power 3, okay, all over 3. I know that 1 times 1 times 1 will give us 1, so that will give us minus 2 over 3. So I come to this side, the same process, quite simple. So since I have here s to the power 2, so when s is equal to 2, that will give me 2 raised to the power 2 all over 2. And you can agree with that, that will give you 4 over 2, and 4 over 2 is absolutely 2. On this side, I'm going to have another case here. So what I will have here will now be minus 1 raised to the power 2 all over 2. And 1 times 1 is still 1, which will definitely give us 1 over 2. Very good. So at this juncture, you just add it up, and you get the answer. Remember, the addition here is the reason why I'm adding it up. Okay, so after that, you see what we are going to arrive at. So let's see. 16, that will give me 16 over 3 plus 2. If you do that with your calculator, it's definitely going to give you 7 whole number 1 over 3. Then minus 2 over 3 plus 1 over 2 minus 2 over 3 plus 1 over 2 will definitely give you minus 1 over 6 if you use the calculator to do that. And at last, we're going to subtract. What is subtract? Because the 2 on top, the value on top will remove the value below. So we're going to do that here after this. So what we now have now will become 7 whole number. So let me put it in a block form because of theory question. So you understand exactly what I'm doing here. What I'm doing here is, in addition, is that we now have here 2 to the power s to the power 3 over 3 plus s to the power 2 over 2. We have the value 2 and minus 1 here. So that will give us the final answer here. 1 over 3 minus, we have here minus 1 over 6. So why do you minus? Because this is going to minus from this. Okay. Now assuming that here was plus, I would have subtracted this. So in case you jam a similar question. So what we have here will finally be 7 whole number 1 over 3 plus 1 over 6. Because mathematics will give us plus, you know that very well. So without much ado, if you add it up, then we're going to give you 7 whole number 1 over 2. That was the answer for that year JAMB question. Okay, now let's look at this particular question. It's a very interesting one. So what do? The same process, just let me to get it separately. So S3 ds, absolutely, you should know that by now, is actually x3 plus 1 all over 3 plus 1. That will give us e raised to the power 4 all over 4. And then let me integrate x2 separately. So e raised to the power 2 ds is equal to s to the power 2 plus 1 all over 2 plus 1. That will give us raised to the power 3 over 3. Very interesting. So what do you do now? Just remember the pattern I told you. I use that to make it easier for students, mostly for CBT exam. You need time, speed to meet up. So I will say, since I have 2 here and 0 here, look at it, 2 and 0. So I will now say that s is equal to 2 here, and this side s is equal to 0. Okay? Now let's look at this place. When s is equal to 2, I'm going to have 2 raised to the power 4 all over 2 will give me 16, sorry, all over 4, sorry. Will give me 16 all over 4, that will give me exactly 4. Then this is already 0, so no need to bother about that. 0 is 0 anywhere. This one is 2 raised to the power 3 all over 3. And definitely that will give me 8 over 3. Here is also 0 because 0 times anything is 0. So because of the plus we have here, we add it up. Remember I told you that if it is minus, you subtract. So don't forget. We add it up. So adding this thing up means I'm going to have 4 plus 8 over 3. 4 plus 8 over 3. Yeah, with my calculator, that's going to give me 6 whole number 2 over 3. If I add a 0, it will still give me 0, so no need of that. So that becomes the final answer of that particular JAMB question for that year. 6 whole number 2 over 3. You can see how simple these things could be. Okay, look at the case where we have a minus sign here. What do we do? Still the same process. Remember that I want to make it as simple as possible because of our JAMB exams. So you have integral of x squared dx is actually x to the power 2 plus 1 over 2 plus 1. That will give us x to the power 3 over 2. And then I'll take, you don't need to bother yourself about it. You already know that integral of a number 1 dx in mathematics is actually x. But because I have minus here, it's going to carry the minus value. Very interesting. So what you do next, just follow my simple pattern so you don't need to waste too much time in exam hall. So let's just say here, and here is equal to x is equal to 3 here, and x is equal to 1. So fixing the values here, so you now have here 3 raised to the power 3 over 2. That will give you 27, over 3. 27 over 3, which is absolutely 3. That's 3 raised to 7, that will give you 9, And then this one already means, since we have the value of s as 1, this one now means 1 raised to the power 3 all over 3. And 1 times 1 times 1 is still 1 over 3. Good. The integral of 1 is actually x. So here is 3. So s is actually 3 when s is equal to 3. When s is equal to 1, so it becomes 1. So with this, remember I told you that you have to subtract it because you have minus here. So that will give us 9 minus 6. Okay? 9 minus 3, which will give us 6. And this side will give us 1 over 3 minus 1. And that would definitely give us minus 2 over 3. Now we have gotten the two sides. So in other words, the actual equation here, s over 3 minus x. We have 3 and 1 is equal to 6 minus 2 over 3. Okay? Then minus is absolutely plus. So now I have 6 plus 2 over 3. And our final answer is 6 whole number 2 over 3. That's the answer to that particular question that year in integration.